So at the risk of sounding like a millennial, I think I'm really afraid of one day waking up realizing that I haven't found my purpose yet in life. The idea of being static or stuck anywhere really scares the hell out of me, and maybe that's why I'm always moving, both physically and geographically.
I'm afraid that I'll never find somewhere that I want to stay for more than a year, and I'll be on this nomadic journey forever while my friends figure their shit out and settle down. I'm also afraid that I will end up in the settling down, marriage, kids, retire, move to Florida, and die cycle of Seinfeld that really freaks me out. I also worry that I'll never be able to find something that I want to do every single day. People are so passionate about their jobs, and what if I don't find that?
What is the thing I'm scared the most in my future? And I would need to answer back that if I don't get to achieve my dream, if I've been working so hard to achieve something and I don't achieve it, that scares me. But also, I'm also enjoying the ride, and that's just life. So, yeah.
And what scares me the most about my future is, one, all the potential and possibility, because there's so much, and that's both amazing and kind of terrifying. And the other real grounded practical fear is, can I really make a living doing what I love and having a healthy life that feels really good to me, and actually make a salary that feels sustainable and good.
Hey, Smiley and friends. My name's Katie, and just over 4 months ago, I took a sabbatical from my job to travel around the country in my van and take some time away from my routine to get some clarity on what work and serving others means to me. So during that time, I've been working on some solo projects and reading and writing a bunch. And I guess what scares me most is just that general uncertainty of, is this going to work? Am I thinking clearly? Is this going to sustain me? And am I good enough to do this on as big of a scale as I want to?
I would say what scares me most is that I will somehow fail to do this idea, this company tribute, justice. Feeling that something can be so massive, so successful, so impactful to millions of people is a really daunting task. And the idea of not being the person who can do that is scary. But at the same time, you love it, you do your best, and you keep going. That's it.
I'm scared. I'm scared that kind of that house of cards that I can build for myself is where I ultimately have to live. And other people understand at the end of the day if you have to make a decision that's right for you. But how do you explain that to the expectations that you have for yourself, or to the ways that you've lied to yourself about what it is that you might want?
I think what scares me most about my future is being alive for everything that's going to happen with climate change, and thinking about how work fits into that, and all the new challenges that it's going to bring, and all the hard feelings that it's going to bring, and the real impacts on people's lives, my own and other people in the world, and people that I care about. So I think about that a lot when I think about my future.
My greatest fear for the future is not being able to make enough money as a writer to support myself or support my partner, hopefully, if I find a wife and have a family and have kids, because my work right now is touch and go, and you don't really know what's coming next. And it's great now, but I just don't know what's going to happen in the future.
So it's having to be patient and understand that you put in the effort and the time and the hard work, and you can control that, but you can't control the timing, and you can't control the exact way that events unfold, which definitely terrifies me.
I just went on a run for the first time in weeks, and it occurred to me that in the midst of selling art, doing art, writing my book, and communicating with creatives, I have not moved my body. And what scares me the most about my future is that in the midst of achieving my goals, I can somehow rationalize cutting my head off my neck and neglecting my body entirely, which is the portal by which I'm able to be creative.
And for me, the thing I fear the most about the future is dying insignificant. And not just insignificant to other people, but insignificant to myself. And, it's that getting to that final day and looking back and feeling like we didn't do something that mattered, like we didn't make a difference in other people's lives. That to me is probably the biggest fear. And I think it's the reason why a lot of people stress out that they need to figure out their purpose or that one thing that they've got to do right now. But the secret here is that you don't need to have everything figured out right now.
What I'm most scared about is isolation and being without a community that supports me in choosing my way that is not always what society prescribes to us.
I fear that I'll be so attached to comfort and control that I won't embrace surrendering to what intention the universe wants to live out through me.
I want to do meaningful work and have a positive impact in the world, but that's going to take up a lot of time, a lot of hours out of my day. And I also have a lot of hobbies and things that I want to do and people that I want to see and places I want to travel. I don't know how I'm going to have room for it all. What really scares me is making room in my life for everything that I truly want.
So I think I've always had a fear of being left behind. Ever since I was a little kid, I had nightmares about my parents leaving me in the middle of a lake and fear of abandonment. And I think that is also what I fear most about the future, this fear of getting left behind, that the people around me will make progress in their lives and will have accomplishments, find love, find great jobs, go on adventures, grow, change, and that somehow I won't or won't as much.
Okay, the thing that scares me most about my future is I have no trouble thinking about supporting myself in the future, but I do worry about my ability to support kids, wife, send kids to college, things like that. That's probably the financial insecurity of that is the thing that worries me the most.
What scares me most about my future, more than death, more than getting bitten by a shark or struck by lightning, is the possibility of looking back after 60 years and feeling like I didn't make enough of a difference or I didn't contribute enough to helping people.